Right, hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV. And you know what, boys, first off, let me just welcome back AGT and Doyle. The positions have switched. Doyle's now in the middle, Alex is now that way. No, that way is right. But nah, it's great to have you back though, boys. Going on, how are we?
All right, lads.
Very well, bro. Eager to do this discussion. I've been feeling the team. It's been emotional.
It has.
It's been emotional. And you know what, boys, I just thought, Let's get off topic with all the bullshit that's been going on. All injuries. This has become an injury update channel pretty much. And you know what, boys? I'm rather sick of it. I'm sick of it. So I wanted, I thought, you know what? Let's scrap all of that. Let's talk about let's reminisce. Let's go down memory lane. And you know what? Welcome everyone in the chat as well. A bunch of comments have just loaded in. Just want to say something to everyone in the chat. Today, boys and girls, we are going to be doing a Premier League era Liverpool FC combined 11. So, before we do get into this, lads, there is a little twist. And I wanted to explain it to the people in the video before we actually get into the team. So, basically, people, the way that we've done this, because we can't just do any combined 11, basically the way it works is all the managers that we've had in the Premier League era, so from Roy Evans to Jurgen Klopp, we can use just 3 players from each manager to put in our starting 11. Let me put it in more perspective. So, for example, Steven Gerrard, his debut was under Gerard Houllier. Therefore, he'd be a Gerard Houllier player. And in our starting 11, we can only use 3 that plays under Gerard Houllier, 3 that plays under Klopp. And bear in mind, boys, if you're using only 3 that plays under Klopp, let's just put in perspective, Alisson, Virgil, Van Dijk, Mane and Salah. One of them's missing out in this team, in this combined 11. So that's just the way to put it. Another way, Trent, obviously he played under Klopp, therefore he's going to be a Klopp player. But Joe Gomez, even though his best years have been with Klopp, he was bought under Rodgers, so he's going to be a Rodgers player. Okay, so I've got a list of players here that we're going to go through. And actually the final catch as well is, boys, is we are doing a 4-3-3 formation, meaning we've only got 1 striker, and we know that we've had some quality attackers in this team. But without any more wasting time, welcome everyone to the stream. Welcome everyone who's watching the video. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe to these as well, and let's get into it. So, boys, I'm looking forward to this. And Doyle even said before this that he's thinking it could be quite similar. Without giving anything away, what do you think, Alex? Do you think the same? We could have similar-ish ideas of how we've picked our teams.
I'll make a prediction now. We've all picked the same Klopp players. How about
that? Ooh. We all picked the same Klopp players. Okay. I'm interested.
However, having said that, I think the further down the pitch you come towards the goalkeeper, then it becomes a bit like, well, you could have him or him. And, it gets a little bit easier. So I think there'll be some differences there. But, yeah, I'm back in my team, James. I can't lie, boys.
Sorry, by the way, thank you for correcting me, Will. Nice one for correcting me. That's what I meant to say. Right, anyway, let's get into it. Goalkeeper, boys. So before you say your answers, and in fact, Doyle, I'll go to you first because I'm very interested to know your team, fella. These are the players that I wrote down on the list. Obviously, anyone in the comments, let me know if I've missed out anyone. But the 3 names, Alisson, obviously. Pepe Reina, obviously. Westerveld as well. They were the 3 people I put down for the goalkeepers as just suggestions. You can still use anyone else as long as they played in the Premier League. Doyle, who did you go with?
Do you know what? I went with Pepe Reina. And there's a reason for that, right? I'll tell you why. Okay. Because the defence that I've put in front of that keeper, he was a solid goalkeeper. He done all the basics good. You know what I mean, lad? So if he's got a solid defence in front of him, he's going to be laughing. Stop pens. Good solid keeper. Pepe Reina, lad.
Okay, so 1 player from Rafa Benitez for Doyle.
Notched off.
So he's only got 2. So basically, the way that works now, Doyle can only choose 2 more players from Rafa Benitez to put in this starting 11. Right, Alex, who did you go with? From your reaction, I'm assuming the same, but.
Well, you remember that prediction I made a minute ago about how I thought all of our Klopp players would be the same?
Yeah.
That's wrong already. Right, so I'm sticking in between the 6 is the Mr. Gorgeous Mr. Alisson Becker. I mean, this guy is a better goalkeeper than Pepe Reina. Let's have it right. It's just
that's definitely right. That's true.
So yeah, I've got other plans clearly from Doyle, but yeah, that's my goalie.
Okay, well, yeah, Alex, you was wrong because the same as you, Alex, I've gone with Alisson. Let me tell you, Pepe Reina, fantastic goalkeeper. Absolutely. Do you know what? I actually think Pepe Reina, and I'm not saying this is a fact, I'm just saying it's a conversation. He could have been the best goalkeeper in the world, above Casillas in the 09. Like when he was in his prime, 08, 09. You know, forward a little bit more, but he was brilliant for Liverpool, and I would have not had a problem with him going in this team. And we even said we're going to do a sub-bench later. We might as well give away who's going to be our backup goalkeeper because he was absolutely fantastic. Don't get me wrong, Westerveld won a treble with Liverpool. Fantastic, you know, record-breaking signing when we got him. Brilliant job. But like you say, when you put Pepe Reina with what he's done here and the display and the level that he's shown, and then what Alisson's done since, I just don't. I mean, with me, I think Alisson can do so much more than just be a great goalkeeper. Same with Pepe Reina, both great leaders. But if you talk about the best goalkeeper, not just for Liverpool, but possibly in the Premier League era, not for what he's done, but based on the player that he is, it's got to be Alisson, in my opinion. It's got to be. But I understand that does change opinions when the restrictions and the rules that come into this do actually do so. So we'll move into left back.
Can I make a couple points about goalkeeper as well?
Go on.
I completely agree with you about Reina. You know, could have been the best goalkeeper in the world. The thing with Spanish goalkeepers, unless you're Casillas or De Gea, is you're not getting a look in really in the last 25 years. They haven't changed their keeper. You look at, I know he's playing shit at the minute, but Arrizabalaga couldn't get in. Pepe Reina was always probably third choice. Cannavares at the time. Yeah, De Gea and Casillas have completely dominated. And whilst we're on Liverpool goalkeepers, obviously, rest in peace to the one and only, the great Ray Clements as well. So, yeah man.
Yeah, won so many trophies with Liverpool, and obviously,
3 European Cups.
Yeah, great chance to give him a mention there. It's a sad day, and it's a sad week for Liverpool fans to hear that news because, like, he's a big part of our history. And I even said, you know, not only is he a massive part and a huge integral part of Liverpool, but he is the football as a whole with everything that he achieved. So great time to mention that, Alex, and rest in peace indeed. Moving on to left back, then boys. This one, one thing I realised when actually thinking about the left backs over the years in the Premier League, we haven't had a great choice of left backs. You know, I'm looking at John Arne Riise as probably one of the better ones. I even put on the list Jose Enrique for Kenny Dalglish because he probably is one of the better left backs we've had. And then I've got Roy Hodgson from, I've got Konchesky for Roy Hodgson because Roy Hodgson has got no mentions at all other than Konchesky. So I thought, you know what, give him a mentions in the left back. But I'm assuming no one's gone with Konchesky unless you're smoking something. Anyway, Doyle, who are you going with?
I've gone with everyone here, you know, and he's probably going to go, Evie, you know. But I went with Carragher because left back, lad, left back.
Oh, left back.
Lad, he used to play there when he was younger. Yeah, so he knows the defence. He can play anywhere. He's one of them type of players. I reckon he could slot in on the left and he'd be sound, lads.
What do you think of that in the chat, people? Let me know what you think about that in the chat. I don't know.
He wasn't the best technical footballer. He wasn't, lad, yeah. But he gave everything for the team, lad, and that's what you want in Liverpool Football Club, lad. I want Carragher in there, lad, screaming at everybody.
I don't disagree with you, Doyle, but left back.
I want him there, lads.
About Carragher is fantastic.
I want him there, lads. I
don't know. Yeah, nah. But he's waffling. Oh, lad, shout out to me, mate, Connor Dewsbury, by the way. He's a joker. He's a joker. Nah, I'm not going to lie, that surprised me. But I'm intrigued. Alex, who did you go with?
Right, I have gone with John Arne Riise.
Ooh, so does Amar.
I've gone with John Arne. I think with the other players that I have on the pitch, all his job needs to be doing is standing on the halfway line, I'm pretty sure. And we all know that Riise, a bit like Trent, was better in the other half, loved a screamer. So yeah, I think the other players on that other side are going to come back and help him. So yeah, John Arne Riise with Robertson as a sub.
I have gone with the same as you, Alex. We have got the same team so far. My brother. Touch the screen. Easy. Oh, lad. I same reasons. Just the fact that he could bag a goal, the fact he actually was a solid defensive player. But when he would hit it, it would just get you off your feet. And again, like Alex, I will put him as a substitute, Robbo as a substitute, because just with the restrictions that this team has brought into play and the rules that we've set to build this team, that's the only reason Robbo's missed out. Nothing else. Literally no other reason than that. So, right, we've gone with Alisson and Risa. John and Risa so far. So that's one Jurgen Klopp player for me and also one Houllier. So one Klopp player and one Houllier. I can't believe that. Like, so one Klopp and one Houllier for me and AGT. And then obviously we've got Doyle, who's chosen one one Rafa and one Roy Evans.
Yes, lads, yes.
Yeah. So
right.
Sweet, and you can only choose 2 more for them managers. Sound right? We'll move over the other side then, right back before we get into our centre backs. I think that's a sound thing to do. Right. So again, honourable mentions. Obviously, our scouts are in our team. Trent Alexander-Arnold, probably the best of the bunch. But there's other mentions. Finnan, under Houllier. He's a Houllier player, so done some great things. Marcus Babbel. Marcus Babbel was good. Is
that right?
Okay. Arbeloa. Arbeloa.
All right.
He was all right. Go on then, boys. Who are you going with? We'll go with Alex this time first.
So I've gone with the man from Ireland, the boy we all know and love, Steve Finnan. I think Finnan, for me, listen, Trent, you can't even compare Finnan to, because they're different generations, but Trent is a generational talent, if that makes sense. So it's like comparing Gerrard to fucking Carlton Palmer, you know, back in the day. It just doesn't happen. They're two different players. So, but with Finnan, what you could guarantee is if Risa's pushing up on that side, just like Liverpool do now, then Finnan will be dropping. And when Finnan comes back, Risa comes back, Finnan will go. And you know he's got that deadly ball as well. The amount of assists he got. Listen, he wasn't scoring goals, but them crosses for Crouchy and them Champions League final, FA Cup final. I'm going with the boy Steve Finnan, Mr. Dependable, a 7 out of 10 every game, the James Milner of his day.
Do you know what? I absolutely agree with everything that you've just said there, Alex. Before we go on to my one, and then we'll
Trent on the bench. Love Trent.
You're the guy. But now, Rehan, a regular watcher of the channel, has just said Flanagan. Is he worth an honourable mention? I'm not saying he should be in the team.
He was, lads. In that season, he was a belt.
And we're talking about
prime. Can't lie, lads.
We're talking about prime as well, by the way, not just what he's done for the club, what he's done is the best. So John Flanagan, Rehan, is an absolute show. Well done to you. But I have not gone with John Flanagan. I have gone with our scouser, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Alex, me and you haven't got the 100% anymore, bro. I have got to go with the man. He is a Premier League champion. He is a Champions League winner, all at the age of 21 or whatever the fuck. He is boss. He is scouse. He makes me look silly. He makes me think about what I do on a daily basis, and I think I am nothing compared to that man. I am fuck all. I am measly and minuscule compared to what he's achieved. So do you know what? I have got to give the homage that Trent absolutely deserves, and he goes into my team, and he is my second Jurgen Klopp player, and we've only used 3 positions, so that means some big players are missing out of Jurgen Klopp's team. So Doyle, we move into you, my G.
Right,
what
lads.
Are you saying, lad?
Right, so you might have questioned me last 2 decisions, right? But that was all in
the
order,
Pepe Reina one. Before you say, the Pepe Reina one, I'm fine with. I'm sound if you want to use Pepe Reina. Carragher left back, and it wasn't even Carragher. It was the left back, but it's leading somewhere, I'm assuming. So let's hear who your right back is.
Trent is me right back, all right?
I understand.
The rest of this team, lads, believe you me when you hear the rest of this team, lads. Woo! So the reason I've got Trent is what you said, bro. Premier League winner, Champions League winner. He's going to go on to be the next not the next Gerrard, but, the next scouser in our team that's going to be that dominant force and that dominant scout power, lads, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So, Trent, there's no way Trent can't be. He's the best right back I've ever seen play for Liverpool. I'm not even messing. He's only 21, but he is, bro. He just is.
I agree. And that's even with the fact that people doubt his defensive play.
Don't even care, lads. Not even asked. He's that good, lads. Not asked. Like, don't
Yeah,
he's that good, lads.
What did you say then, Alex?
No, I can't disagree with anything anyone said about Trent, but purely because of the rules. I mean, listen, if we were picking our Premier League 11, we can all sit here and play this game, but we all admit that there'll be a lot of Klopp players in there, and we know that.
Yeah,
we
no,
know
that's
that
it.
in the world, but James is the taskmaster, the rule maker. Going along.
Hence Carragher at left back, lad. That's why Carragher's at left back for me.
Yeah, you're stupid, mate.
No, but we're still basing this off. If we were to play a game, we're not just trying to fit players in anyway. Still got to try and
left back, lad. Carragher would be a beast at left back.
Okay, fine. I don't know if he'd have the pace to keep up with the wingers that I've got at least, but you know, we'll move forward. Centre backs, we'll start with right centre. We'll start. I know it, please. We'll start with right centre back and move over to the left hand side. So first off, I'll start off this one. My right centre back is none other than Sami Hyypiä. Sami Hyypiä, legends. You know he was going to put in a dominating performance, and when he left in 09, I was only 8 or something. Again, sorry if I'm making people feel old, but I was upset because beforehand, even though Carragher I absolutely adored as well, I knew that there was levels to that shit even then. And Hyypiä, you would see them levels week in, week out, all the way until he left. And you know what, mate? I think he gets into this team without the restrictions. He gets into the team with them. Sami Hyypiä for me at right centre back. What do you think, boys? We'll go with Doyle first.
I've got Sami Hyypiä myself, lad. Same reasons, bro. Ice cold, Finnish legend, bro. He's just, him next to the person I'm going to put next to, lads. Them two would just be, I literally can imagine it now. It'd probably be the best centre-back pairing in the world, bro.
Yep.
It'd be insane, lads. But yeah, Hyypiä.
With another pretty standout point, to be fair. But Alex, who are you going with?
I think I realised just now as we're speaking that I put 4 Julio players in. So I'm making a last minute.
Is this in the rules, bro? Is this allowed?
No. So
wait, you're making a last minute change?
Yeah, last minute change, isn't that, lad? I didn't change Carragher, lad.
No, because basically anyway, it's not even a last minute change. It's just a mistake on my part, to be honest. But I'm gonna go with Joe Gomez.
You're right,
and I might get a bit of hate for this. Hyypiä was in there initially, but then I've got 4 Julio players. So actually Gomez is going in and Hyypiä is sub. But that's probably my only...
So that's... Okay.
Only position that I'm kind of semi on.
Yeah, well, do you know what? Joe Gomez is still a fantastic player, and do you know what? To have a Joe Gomez as one of your bad picks is not that bad. You know what I mean? So when we're talking about when they're playing on their day, so fair play. Yeah, I'm like I said, it makes it so hard with the rules.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I agree. What I would say is as well, because of what Gomez has won, I don't feel too bad, and also the player that's playing with him, it's going to sort him out. So, yeah.
Right then, right. Well, do you know what, Alex? We'll continue with you. Who's your left centre back?
It's Big Verge. I like him playing left centre back because he gets it, and he can either ping it with his right out to Robbo.
Lovren being robbed. Go on, carry on, Alex.
But yeah, there's no real explanation needed, really, is there? It's like asking someone, why do you want Messi in your team? It's just because he's the best, isn't he? So not much more I can say, to be honest.
Fair. Go on then. Who's your left centre back, Doyle?
Virgil, lad, and I'm pretty confident that yours is going to be Virgil as well, like, because he wouldn't put Virgil in the team. Exactly what Gilly said. Virgil van Dijk is in all our teams.
Okay, before I go into my answer then, who's your left centre-back? Why have you gone with your left centre-back?
Because he's like what Gilly just said, then he's the best centre-back I've ever seen in Liverpool as well. And you can imagine, like I said earlier, imagine him next to Hyypiä, lad. Them two cool lads. How cool are they, lad?
Don't even
cool
start.
As a cucumber, lads. You know what I mean?
Don't even start. Right. Well, obviously, it's got to be a clean sweep, doesn't it? But in this case, it's not, because I have gone with Jamie Carragher at left centre-back, boys. Right, let me explain. So, obviously, if we're talking benches, Verge gets on the bench. But with the way that I'm setting up this, I'm mocking it. I am mocking it. I know, but I'm not mocking it though, because with the way I want this team to play, is more offensive. And listen, this is my explanation behind it. I think Alisson can make a Nat Phillips and a Reece Williams in front of him look boss. I think if he's got a Sammy fucking Hippier and a Jamie fucking Carragher, I think they're going to do just fine. With Arisa to the left back and Trent at right back, is it the strongest? No. But I'm looking to outscore teams, and you will realise that later on. And that defence is still very, very solid. And people are coming at me in the chat. Rehan, I'm sorry, I know, but I've got to go with my heart. And obviously, obviously, if this is a normal Liverpool 11, Virgil van Dijk all day makes this team. But with the restrictions set in place, I couldn't go with him. So I've gone with Jamie Carragher, and that's my first Roy Evans player. Is anyone going to say anything to me? Let's have it.
You're heavy, lads. You're a heavy kid. How can you not put Virgil in there, bro? It's Virgil van Dijk.
That's like missing out Messi in their Dream 11.
I've just fucking told you why I haven't gone with him. What do you mean? Listen, boys, do you not think that reset Carragher, Hippier and Trent is still going to do bits?
I think that Virgil van Dijk, reset, Hippier and Trent would do more bits, lad. A lot more bits, lad. But it doesn't matter about more bits, because watch my attack do more bits than yours when we get to it. Right, we'll talk about the midfield. We'll talk about the midfield. Go ahead, you'll see. We'll go through all that. Let's go, bro.
Midfield. Right, so we're saying a 4-3-3, which just means we'll just say 3 centre midfielders. You can talk about how they're going to play. Alex, we're going to go with you first. Who's your first midfielder? And let us know where you're playing.
Stevie Gerrard is a lad. Stevie Gerrard plays for Liverpool. The Scouts are born and bred.
Scouts are born and bred.
That's all. Sorry, carry on.
No explanation needed. Oh, okay, no. Right then, Doyle, who are you going with as your first choice?
So I'm gonna talk about the system of the team that I want to play, right, lad? So, as I said earlier, I'm gonna have Carragher in left back, yeah. But what I want from Trent, lad, is to push up, lad. I want him to push up and do his attacking stuff that he does, lad. So that means that they'll slip into a back three, lad, with 3 centre backs. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then what I want to do, lad, is put Henderson in centre defensive mid in front of them, lad. I feel like Hendo, no matter what team he's going to play in, lad, he's going to add something to it, because he's just a hard-working player, lad. And I feel like whatever type of players, if you put Hendo in a really good team, he would learn from all the really good players. Does that make sense? I feel like he would do that.
Yeah.
And so Hendo, for me, centre defensive mid, lad. Him, please.
Okay, so we've got Gerrard from Gilly. We've got Hendo from Doyle. My first one. Do you know what? I'm assuming we're talking... Alex, was you talking about your 6 midfielder, like the one in the middle? Or was you just saying in general one of your midfielders?
I've got a CDM. Basically, how we play in this current system, that's my setup.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well then. Well, Alex has chose his centre mid. Doyle's chose his defensive cover. So I'll just say mine, Steven Gerrard, because I'm assuming he's in all of our midfields, and same reason as Alex. But I'm gonna just skip to Doyle. Doyle, who's your next midfielder? Try and get one that I assume you have got. Yeah, man.
Gerrard, lad.
Yeah, man. Sweet. So Gerrard, Hendo is your midfield so far.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Doyle's midfield. Okay, Alex, who's your second midfielder?
I'll go with Hendo.
Hendo?
Yeah, cool. Why not, bro?
I'm not saying you're wrong, but let's give an explanation, boys, because we're just getting names and then no explanation.
Well, the whole idea really is these names should be the best names, so there isn't much of an explanation. But in this system that I'm playing, Henderson is probably going to play where he plays for Liverpool now. So on the right of the downwards triangle, he'll play at the right corner, Gerrard on the left, and then I've got a little other name there for to sit.
Okay, fair enough. Well, Mr. OST does not agree with you. And boys, for my I'm saying my second, aren't I? My second choice is going to be Xabi Alonso. Now, the reason why I'm going with Xabi Alonso, and he's going in me 6, so Gerrard's on me right centre mid, Alonso's me 6. And listen, just the way he would dictate games of football, he literally controlled the 2010 Spain final by himself. He wouldn't just do it for Liverpool, but what he did do for Liverpool was insane as well. Every Champions League final performance in 2005 was insane. Everything he'd done beyond that, from the halfway line goal against Newcastle, just everything that he'd done in that shirt, you knew he was class. And he's the only other player in midfield before like this Klopp team where you can say he was the one midfielder that was on Gerrard's level, and you could say it comfortably based on a player, not in terms of like obviously Gerrard was scout of this that, but Alonso is a legend in my eyes, and I don't see how he doesn't make my team boss. And we're talking about their prime, he makes my team boss. So that's my second midfielder. Now, so yous have both gone with a combination of Gerrard and Henderson. So I'm intrigued to see who you have gone with for your next choice. So I'll finish my midfield off first. So I've gone with Gerrard on my right. I've gone with Alonso in the middle of my midfield. On my left-hand side of the midfield, I've gone with Coutinho.
I knew you'd Coutinho.
Coutinho, lads.
Listen, Doyle, do not even think about coming at me with that energy. Coutinho was boss, and people forget just because he had a bit of a debatable ending, he was still amazing. And let me tell you something now. I knew you were probably going to say Hendo. I'm assuming you're going to say Alonso. But what I'm just trying to offer to you is we've already what Hendo does so well in right now in today's game is his leadership and being so vocal. I feel like he can still do that, of course, but it's overshadowed a little bit. Obviously, the more leaders, the better, but it's overshadowed on the actual pitch when you've got a Steven Gerrard there, the likes of a Sammy Hyypiä there as well. So we've already got leaders. And also, you can say I'm wrong or not, but I'm saying this comfortably. I think Coutinho is a better footballer than Henderson. I think he's a better footballer. I think he links up with Alonso and Gerrard very, very well. And I think he links up with me attack very, very well. So I've got Gerrard doing the dirty work. I've got Alonso dictating the game as he always does. And then I've got Coutinho also dictating the game, but also can just get into any position and get a goal from nowhere. We know Coutinho controlled a Liverpool team that was shit. If it weren't for Coutinho, we would have been forgotten about as a top side even quicker than what for some people we already would have. Coutinho kept our heads above water. He was the one who kept us competing for Europa League, which we had to compete for something, because Liverpool are not known for being a mid-table club, and if it weren't for Coutinho, even with Coutinho, we still nearly was, but if it weren't for him, we definitely would have been. So that's why I'm going with Coutinho. I don't disregard Henderson, but with the rules and also, but I will probably there's a chance I'd go with Coutinho anyway, just with how boss he was, and I'm very intrigued to know how we do around some top-class players. You choose your last midfielder.
I think we've both went for Alonso, lad, for obvious reasons, lad. He is just like an old-fashioned Thiago, bro. He's talking about class, and you're talking about elegance, and you're talking about that player that just opens the door for you. There he is, lad. Alonso. Stick him right next to Gerrard. Put Henderson behind him, lad. Let Henderson do all the running. Get them two to do whatever they do, because they're both brilliant. Have two different jobs, by the way. Gerrard and Alonso. Good at two different jobs, so you can play in the same midfield, which he already proved because they play together. So yeah, Alonso, without a doubt.
Alex,
I love how me and Doyle have got exactly the same midfield.
Okay.
Gerrard and Alonso. I think Alonso sitting, just being the quarterback, gets a little touch from Verge, takes a little touch, looks up, and without even thinking, delivers a 70-yard ping onto the foot of one of my forward players. Who is a very good player, trust me. And he was just like, I'd probably say he's, you've got your legends, your top three players ever.
Yep.
Him, and I would say Firmino and these kind of guys are in the next kind of tier. And Xabi Alonso, for me, as a player, someone I actually tried to base my game on a little bit when I played. I think we all did. But if Doyle's played with me a lot, you would see that from my kind of play, in it, just a lot of pings.
I think that's what we both like to play, like a midfield role. So I think that's why we pick the same type of midfielders. Yeah. We appreciate the same attributes.
Me and you have played in midfield together, haven't we? So
I love it.
Hey, boys, people are saying Mascherano.
He's in my subs, lad. Mashy was sick, lad. He was, lad.
By the way, shout out to Mascherano because he retired today from football professionally. So he's done on his career.
Yeah, well
listen,
done, Mashy, lad.
Mascherano, let's not disrespect Mascherano. In fact, midfield is one of them that we can't just skip over. So our midfield, and then we'll give some honourable mentions. My one is Steven Gerrard, Alonso, Coutinho. Your midfield is Gerrard, Alonso, and Hendo. So that's both of your midfield. My midfield is just Coutinho for Hendo. Some special mentions. Fabinho on class
lads,
as a player.
He's class, lads. He's class.
Unreal. Already won 2 trophies since joining Liverpool. Got to be in the conversation. Gini Wijnaldum.
Again, lads, class, another one, lad. This is why it was hard to not put Klopp players in, lads.
It's a horrible... Listen, when I said the rules, I knew we were going to be upsetting some people. I do understand. This is why I want everyone in the comments down below to be interacting, and everyone who's in the live chat right now to be interacting, because it is a very interesting conversation. Obviously, Mascherano, like you said, who was a Benitez player. James Milner. The fact that, you know, he probably doesn't even get close to this team, but he's still boss. Like, he's boss. Like, best free signing we've ever made. Who else am I missing? Gary McAllister. Listen again, another little legend in his own right. So I just thought, give a few players a special mention, man. Right now to probably what most people are most excited about, the attack. The front three. We've gone with a 4-3-3. Bear in mind, let me before we say who we've got, let me just say who we could have in this list. Luis Suarez, Fernando Torres, Sadio Mane, Bobby Firmino, Daniel Sturridge, Michael Owen, Robbie Fowler, Raheem Sterling. I'm sure we're not going to name him, but, you know, these type of names, they're mad.
Naughty names, lads. Naughty names on that list, lads.
Peter Crouch, Dirk Kuyt.
Peter Crouch, Dirk Kuyt, some absolute big names here, boys. Right, we'll start off on the left-hand side, just because I feel like if you've still got Klopp players available, this should probably be quite easy for all of us. And I'm not just saying that because of who I am. I'll go first. Left wing, Sadio Mane. First reason, he was the first crucial signing of the greatest team we have had in arguably history, but definitely in a long time. He is the best left wing we've had in Premier League era. Probably people can say John Barnes and stuff, but I think it's Mane myself. No one else besides John Barnes has came close. Probably Ryan Babel is our second best left winger besides Mane. I think it's safe to say. Can't think of anyone else. So Sadio Mane.
Cool.
Sweet. All right. Left wing. Right. Let me just break it down again in the system that we play in that, lads. Yeah. So Bobby Firmino. What does he do, lad? He plays a false nine. Wait there.
Sorry, Doyle. We've just got a £10 super chat. And Mo, I cannot believe, and thank you for the super chat. Massively appreciated. Love every single one of you who support this channel, mate, because it really does help me keep bringing the content. But the fact that you've just spent £10 to say, yes, James, lad, my front three would be Andy Carroll, Mario Balotelli, and Ricky Lambert. If that's what you want to spend your hard-earned cash on, my brother, then good on you. And by the way, just to let you know, Mo, we're not talking about 100 choice Liverpool all-time 11. We're talking about the best all-time 11, just to let you know. Nah, nice one and no, Mo. Appreciate the comment. Boss, man. Right, sorry, Doyle. Cut you off. Carry on.
But belt to comment that, lad. Do you know what, lad? I think I'm going to do what he's just said. Ricky Lambert on my left wing, innit, lads? I'm messing. Nah. Right. So yeah, we play Bobby in a false nine, don't we? And the player that I'm going to put in the middle is also going to be a false nine. So the person who's on this left wing is going to slot into the centre a lot. He's going to cut in a lot, yeah. And his name is Mr. Michael Owen.
Okay.
Mr. Michael Owen, lad.
Ooh,
how can
Alex
you not?
Doesn't look happy.
Alex, can you stop that, lad? Right, he's won a Ballon d'Or. He was the best player in the world at one point, lad. Like, no, remember Jay's viral video when he said Mane was the best player in the world? Michael Owen was the best player in the world, lads. Simple, lads. There you go, left wing, Michael Owen.
Fucking hell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, Alex, what do you think of that? What's your response then, brother? Because you did not look happy. I don't think he's done anything too bad. I'm surprised that it's not Mane, but I don't know why you've gone with Carragher and Owen on your left side. I'll be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I mean, that's for me the killer there is Owen going to track back? That's my question, Doyle.
True.
We've already talked about my system, and my system is going to be Trent going up, lads, with Henderson getting back. That's going to be the system, lads. So all these attacking players, these can do whatever they want, bro, because we've got them four solid, that net to catch the counters.
Mighty Mouse agrees with you, Doyle. Dead quick, let me just say thank you to Mr. OST, because we can't say that first name. for the super chat. Thank you very much, my mate. Massively appreciated. And he agrees with Mo, which is fair enough. But I don't know how you can agree with Mo, because what Mo said was mad. But no, do you know what? Mighty Mouse saying you've got a point, and I.
Is right, Mighty Mouse bum.
But I agree with Alex in the sense that you do miss out on a lot of tracking back when you're not putting Mane in that team.
Agreed, lads. Agreed.
It's a bit mad that you've just went with them left-hand side players. For those who weren't there at the start of the show, we chose Carragher left back and Owen now left wing. It's mad, lads. It's mad. Who's your left centre mid? Because let's hope that these are covering for these.
Gerrard.
Yeah, man, sweet.
No,
if you've got Gerrard next. Right, go on, Alex, who are you saying?
I'm not having that at all, Doyle. You're a fucking disgrace.
Well,
I'm not going to lie, it's debatable.
It's on the paper, lab. It's written down.
Disgrace. Fucking disgrace. Right. My left wing forward, I'm not going to call him a winger. He's a left wing forward who, like Doyle, in the same system, in this system, can swap with the number 9 or the traditional number 9, even though you're probably going to question that as well. But I'm going with Mr. Luis Suarez.
On the left? Wow. Well, shout out Curtis Shaw TV. He's also put Suarez in his front today. Going on, Curtis, brother. How are we? Suarez on the left. Are you just trying to fit players in, or do you genuinely think that's like a tactical great decision?
Listen, Suarez is the type of player that when he's playing against you, you absolutely hate him. And when he's on your team, you love him. And I think even though he did a few very questionable things at Liverpool, and we all know what they are, but I think he would still run through a brick wall for that team if he was on the pitch. And I think a lot of his goals actually did come from drinking on his left shoulder, bringing the ball in on his right and curling it or slotting it. A lot of goals like that happened. And if you've got Mane in the team, trust me, Suarez would work as hard, if not harder, than Mane. And Mane does that job perfectly, from helping out on the halfway line, winning the ball back. Suarez is easy with that. And then if he does cut in, you've got the other players that I've got making runs. He can easily slot the ball in behind as well. So for me, really, Suarez can play anywhere across that front three and look comfortably one of the best players on the pitch, easily.
Fair enough. Do you know what? You're right there. Suarez does just his boss. From Mo, £5 super chat. Thank you very much again, Mo. All jokes aside, love your content. Keep it up, lad. You'll never walk alone. Thank you very much, Mo. Thank you for supporting. Nah, Alex, mate, I agree with you, because Suarez is one of them players. You could probably put him centre back and he'd still score 15 goals a season. He could just go through that many players. He could score unbelievable goals. I remember when he would just tear it, and I mean tear it, not at City, like absolutely annihilate them. Like, every season, hat-tricks. Oh, here's another one. Oh, halfway line, go, here's another one. That's what he just kept doing. And do you know what? He had the Virgil van Dijk effect in a sense that he elevated massively everyone around him. And he was unreal. And for that reason, moving into the do you know what? Now we won't do the number 9, even though I just kind of gave away my number 9. Do you know what? I'm going to say my number 9 because I have just kind of gave it away. I'm putting Suarez in my number 9 position because I think he was a proper striker, and I think Mane on the left, Suarez in the middle. That, like, already you've just got 2 horses that are going to link up well together, both great footballers, going to have a great style of play, and I can't wait to tell you my right wing, because I do think you'll actually be impressed with the way that I've thought about it. But that's my front two. I'm actually going to ask for your left wingers first, because I want to know your strikers last, because I think that's the most interesting topic. Left wing. Right wing.
Salah, lads. Salah.
No,
Scored too many goals not to put him in there, lads. You know what I mean? Scored too many goals. This is what I'm thinking about when I'm putting these top 3 at the top. How many goals have they scored, lads? These are all top goal scorers. Mo Salah. Simple as that, bro.
Mo Salah. First, I can't listen. When a man scores 50 goals in a season, near enough, you can't really disagree with that. Alex.
I'm going with Mohamed Salah.
As well.
Absolute banger. He's up front on that right-hand side. And again, we all know he cuts in. And I think the beautiful thing about both my wingers is they can easily swap. But I think my number 9 is a more old-fashioned number 9. But yeah, Mo Salah for me, his numbers just deserve more respect. And I think each time that he scores a goal for Liverpool, you just forget how many he's got. until you see it on a stat sheet. It's so customary that pretty much every week he scores. So, Suarez on one side, Salah on the other for me so far.
Yeah, fair enough. Right, so we've got one position left, boys, all of us, and I can't disagree with you on that. I'm obviously going to say my right wing in a sec. You've still got your strikers to say. Let's run through our teams then. So me and Alex went for Alisson. Am I right in saying that? Me and Alex went for Alisson. Me and obviously Doyle went for Reina. Left back, me and Alex went for Reese. And Doyle went for Carragher. Right back, I went for Trent. Yeah, and Alex, who did you go for? Steve Finnan. Centre backs, I went for Hippier and Carragher. Again, Virg would make my team, but just with the rules he didn't. Doyle.
Virgil and Hippier.
Yeah, and then midfield, let's just say all three of our midfielders. Mine was Alonso, Gerrard and Coutinho.
Alonso, Gerrard, Hendo.
All right, and Alex.
Alonso, Gerrard, Hendo.
Right, and then the two attackers that we've shown so far, my right winger and my striker was Mane and Suarez. Mane on the right, Suarez in the middle, and then yous have gone with who did you go with again? You went with both of you went with Mo on the right. Who's your left side of player?
I'm not gonna lie, lad. I made a little mistake, but it's all right, lad. I'm just gonna go with it anyway. Owen was on my left.
Yeah,
but he was still in my team, but I just put him in the wrong spot, lad. But either way, when I reveal my striker, lads, then I'll put him in striking position.
So go. Yeah, nice one. Hey, Mitchell, legend. Three handsome fellas. Appreciate it, my mates. Yes.
It's right, lads.
It's right, brother. Right then. So last position. You say your strikers first, because I've said my strikers. I want to know yours. Alex, you go first.
His armband proved he was a red Torres. It's got to be. Fernando Torres, out and out, number 9, I think. Yeah, he was the man anyway. Mate, I've never been more kind of interested in a player's career, I'd say, outside of the Gerrards and all them guys, apart from Torres. That song, I remember singing away at Fulham when he scored. And that song I was there at the Blackburn game at Anfield when he volleys that one from over his shoulder. Like, there was just so many memories in that long sleeve, the hairband, the total 90s, the little collar up in the first year. Like, there's so many great memories, and luckily they do outweigh the bad ones. I just wish that Torres could have won a trophy at Liverpool. That's my only regret. I think if there was a player to deserve a trophy apart from Gerrard and Carragher winning the Premier League, Torres was up there, because let's not forget, in that 09-10 season, after such a good 08-09 season, he really did drag us up, just the same way as Coutinho did after the amazing 13-14 season. 14-15, he did the business for us. So Torres, for me, is such a shame how it ended. And if you watch his documentary on Amazon at the minute, it's a real tearjerker. I didn't actually cry, I was close to. But that was sad watching that on there, his words he had to say about Liverpool. But the one thing I can take joy in is that we can all agree here, everyone agrees that Fernando Torres at his best was a Liverpool player. And that's just facts, so I can take that all day. Torres up front, Suarez and Salah. There's your fucking team, have that.
Them 60 goals he scored at Liverpool, lad, were his best 60 goals, lad. Agreed.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right, Doyle?
Suarez, lad. But, like I said before, I want to put him on my left wing and I want him in my striking position. Suarez is a hard worker, lad. He's just one of them players that it's just amazing, lad. He's one of them players that'll make anything work, lad. He'll score goals. He'll tackle, lad. He's similar to Manny in that type of ways. You know what I mean? They both got that grit and that like tenacity to make a weird situation. Like, do you know when Suarez takes somebody on, lad, it'll bounce off somebody, but then bounce off him, and he'll make it work, lad, somehow to like get his body the right way and run onto it and that. Like, he's the best striker we've ever had, even though he's moody kid. Best striker, one of the best strikers we've ever had, lad, without a doubt.
100%. I have to agree with you. I actually feel fucking terrible now because basically, like I've chose 2 Klopp players. So I've chose Mane, I've chose Trent, No, and I've chose Alisson. So so I've chose all my 3, which means I couldn't choose Mo. And obviously I would have went with Mo because the goals that he's brought to Liverpool since he's joined, 100 goals already, like insane, mate. Like he's just unreal. So I wanted to put Mo in, and I just kind of thought, who would be the best replacement for Mo in that position? Do you know what I'm saying? And I've gone and I've made off this team, not off personal nostalgia. I've gone with who do I think would make and form the best team. That's what I've done. So my front 3 is Mane on the left, Suarez striker, and Sturridge on the right.
Studge, lads.
Sturridge on the right. And
Do you know what,
I know
lads? I don't...
people... Right, now listen, hear me out before anyone goes at me. And, right, even Double K is saying Sturridge deserves a mention, and this is why I'm putting him in my team. I think what he adds, not only... What he added to that 13-14 season, and we're talking about primes, we're talking about peaks. On the right-hand side, he was brilliant, and I think he would do a better job on the right-hand side than Fernando Torres. Now, I could change it and put Suarez on the right and put Torres in the 9, which, yes, that would be my dream thing to do, but what do I think would perform the best on a one-off day? All the players in the prime. I think that front 3 of Mane, Suarez and Sturridge does better with Suarez on the right, Mane on the left, and then Torres in the middle. Not massive difference. In fact, it might not even be better now that I've just said it out loud. But I just wanted to throw Sturridge in there because even though Torres is my all-time favourite, I don't think he's a better footballer than Suarez, hence why Suarez has gone into my number 9 position. Otherwise, it would be Torres in my number 9. Torres doesn't get in the right wing or the left wing for me anyway. I just don't think he was that type of player. But I do think Sturridge was brilliant off the right, and I do think he did get a lot of goals. I think he would get a lot of goals around them players. So I understand it's a travesty that Torres isn't in my starting 11. I'll put him on my bench 100%. But I had to go with Sturridge, man, because I just remember in that 13-14 season, everything that he do. Go on.
I've got to make a point. I've easily got the best strikers in these teams. Facts.
Explain.
How?
I think everyone in the comments would actually agree that Suarez, Salah, and Torres is better than both of yours.
Michael Owen,
no,
Suarez,
on
and
paper
Salah.
it would get goals, but Torres is your right winger, isn't he?
No, he's up front, bro.
Oh, who's
Torres
left? Suarez. Still though, yeah. I don't know. I think in terms of system, mine's better.
No. Suarez on the left, Torres up top, Salah on the right. That's mine.
Owen in the middle, lads. Owen scored too many goals, lads, to be ignored, bro. He won it. Literally, lads, he won the best player in the world, bro.
Yeah, fair enough. A Scouser is United's all-time top goal scorer. Scored at £5 super chat from Mitchell there. Yeah, Wayne Rooney.
Is right.
Man. Yeah, Wayne Rooney. But what's it called? Sam, boys, well, I think we've rounded that up well. I was going to do a bench, but boys, I'm on low battery, so we are going to need to round this up. We're going to need to round this up, man. Now, we'll do a bench deck quick. Reina, Torres. I'm going to put fucking Hendo on there. I'm going to put Van Dijk on there because he never made me start 11. Oh, I'm really questioning it. I can't believe Torres and Van Dijk.
I can't believe you could have put Virgil in there, Jay, lad. You're mad.
That's so bad, that is. Jesus.
Robbie
Christ.
My team still beats your teams. My team still beats your teams. It does. It does.
Both of yours, lads.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Mine's got balance. And my team will score more goals than your team.
Dave, what you've got to do, yeah, on your Instagram, you've got to put all of our 3 teams in 3 separate slides with the rules and that, and then you've got to get your followers.
Oh, shit. Yeah, why are you doing this to me, lad? Sound controversial.
Your chest now. You've made your decision. Stand by it. Do you know what I mean?
Michael Owen's my striker.
But I just know I'm going with a tactical decision. People are going to look at your team like, Torres, Sturridge,
because you put the rules underneath, lads. You're going to put the rules underneath so they can see, lads.
Yeah. But listen, my bench, I've got Reina, Robertson, Carragher, Huppier, Trent, Thiago, Sturridge and Fowler on the bench.
Thiago's in there, lads, yeah.
Yeah.
He's that good of a footballer. He's a good footballer.
Fair play.
As of when we signed him, Thiago was the best player that we've ever signed. So I'm not going to put him down too much. Right, let's just settle the argument, boys, about fucking... What?
We need to do a vote, lads, to settle this. Put it to the people,
I know
man.
we do. Well, do you know what? we'll put it to the people. Go over to my Instagram and I will put that up 100%. But no, thank you boys for joining me. I'm glad that we could just get away from injuries and stuff like that. Put T back up front and you'll win everything, Jack Parr, to rouse up the video. But no, thank you for watching though. Make sure you go subscribe to Doyle's channel. Make sure you go subscribe to Alex's channel. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you all in a bizzle. So, peace out.
Peace.